The world was always talking, telling me what I should be. I wore 1,000 faces, trying to belong, trying to agree. But underneath the noise, underneath the should and must, there was a voice so quiet I had almost lost it in the dust. Not loud, not proud, not asking to be seen, just a whisper I had known since before I was a child, since before I had a name, since before the world began. And the calling said, remember who you are, not who they told you to become, but who you were before the breaking, before the world gave you a mask. And the calling said, you do not live for their applause, you live for the truth inside your chest, the frequency of love that brought you here. I was so afraid to listen because I knew where it would lead. Away from the familiar, away from the approval that I thought I'd need. He cost you something to follow, he cost you something to be true. But what it gives you in return is a life that finally looks like you. Not loud, not proud, not asking to be seen, just a truth I had always known. Underneath the noise, underneath the should and must, the voice that never left. And the calling said, remember who you are, not who they told you to become, but who you were before the breaking, before the world gave you a mask. And the calling said, you do not live for their applause, you live for the truth inside your chest, the frequency of love that brought you here. Who am I trying to please? The world that does not know my name, or the one who breathed me into being, who has loved me all the same? The system says perform, the source says be, and I choose the truth that set me free. I choose the whisper, I choose the flame, I choose the calling that knows my name. And the calling said, remember who you are, not the version they designed, but the light you were before the hiding, before the fear made you forget. And the calling said, you do not live for their applause, you live for the truth inside your chest, the frequency of love that brought you here. I choose the calling, I choose the love that I came from. I was never lost, I was just listening to the wrong voice. And now I hear, now I hear. question in my chest, something older than my name, pulling me to rest. I did not know what I was reaching for, only that my hands were sore from holding on so tight to everything that wasn't home. Then I hear it quiet, sure, like a bell inside my bone. You were never far. You were the road I remember now. I remember how to let it all fall, to let it all fall into the arms that held me first, into the light before the hurt. I am safe. Carry gently, it's like morning from the field. Every war I fought inside me lays its weapon down and yields. I was so afraid to soften, thought the armor kept me whole, but the cracking was the opening, and the opening was soul. And I hear it close and clear, like a whisper I have known. You were never gone, you were my own. I remember now, I remember how to let it all fall, to let it all fall into the arms that held me first, into the light before the hurt. I am safe. I only need to breathe and let the light move. I remember now, I remember how to let it all fall, to let it all fall into the arms that held me first, into the light before the hurt. I am safe, I am safe, I am coming home. I am home, I am home, I was always home. I walked through many lifetimes, carrying the weight of what I'm not. Searched for home in every stranger, in every lesson I was taught. But home was never a direction, it was never somewhere I could go. It was the stillness underneath me, it was the only truth I know. I to the knowing that I am one with the divine. I am returning home, not through a door, not up a road. I am returning to the love that I never really left. I only forgot. Every wall I built around me was a prayer I didn't know I prayed. And every time I thought I lost you, you were the ground on which I laid. Now the walls are turning into windows. Now the windows open into sky. And what I looked for in the distance was looking back through my own eyes. I never left you, I only dreamed I did. And now the dream is faded like morning mist. I was always home, I was always held. I just needed to remember what my soul already tells. I am returning home, not to a place, not to a time. I am returning to the knowing that I am one with the divine. I am returning home, not through a door, not up a road. I am returning to the love that I never really left. I only forgot. I am home, I am home. I was always my hands on my wound, the curtain moves. Something fills the room that the mind never proves. I breathe and I let go, a warmth I forgot, like light through a window that was never not. Oh, the breath of grace falling through me like rain I never earned, but always deserved. Oh, the breath of grace, I don't have to hold on, I only have to return. Let it flow, let it flow. It was always here. My chest is a doorway, not a wall anymore. And what walks through it, I have known before. I don't have to reach, I don't have to try, I just have to soften and let this surround. let it flow. It was always here, not earned, not chased, just given, just made. I stopped holding the edges, and grace fills the space. A mercy so close, it became my breath. A memory of love I no longer forget. Oh, the breath of grace falling through me like rain, I never earned, but always deserve. Oh, the breath of grace, I don't have to hold on, I only have to return. Let it flow into the arms that were always there. I was being breathed and I was never alone. I let it flow. Oh, it was always here. It was always here. There was no knock upon the door, no footsteps on the stair, just the quiet filling everything. And I knew that you were there. Not a word that I had spoken, not a prayer I tried to pray, but a tenderness so ancient, washing every fear away. You never had to come, you were here before the world begun. Hell before I knew it, hell before my name. Not a love I had to reach for, but the love from which I came. Hell before I knew it, hell before the end. Every wound I thought I carried in your light, I remembered I was whole. I remembered in the light. I remember in the light. When my body stopped its trembling, like a child who finally sleeps, not because the storm was over, but because the depth was deep. You were breathing through my heartbeat, you were humming in my bones, and I knew what I had forgotten. I was never here alone. You never asked for more. You were already what I was looking for. Hell before I knew it, hell before my name. Not a love I had to reach for, but the love from which I came. Hell before I knew it, words, it flood the hollow. Not a judgment, not a test, just a mother's heart that beats inside the universe's chest. Hell before I knew it, hell before my name. Not a love I had to reach for, but the love from which I came. Hell before I knew it, hell before the shame. Every wound I thought I carried in your light. Remembered in the light. I remember now. I was held, I